Chandu the Magician. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The makers of White King Soap present for your enjoyment Chandu the Magician. Would you like to make magic your hobby? Want to do magic tricks like Chandu? Then send today for Chandu's first magic trick offer. Chandu calls it the Assyrian Money Changer. It changes pennies into dimes right before your eyes. And you can have this trick for your very own by sending 25 cents and a White King box top to Chandu, Los Angeles 21. Listen. You take a penny from your pocket or handbag and lay it on the table. Then cover the penny with the mystic ruby block. Now remove the block while everyone watches closely. And behold, in place of the penny, there's a silver dime. Begin your collection of Chandu's magic tricks with this thrilling Assyrian Money Changer. Just send 25 cents in coin and the top from a box of White King Soap to this address, Chandu, Los Angeles 21, California. Chandu will send you his Assyrian Money Changer, postpaid, complete with instructions. Send for Chandu's Assyrian Money Changer tonight. Lunching in a small cafe on a narrow cobbled street in Lubova, Frank Chandler and the Regents witness a daring raid by Esteban's mountain gypsies, during which market stalls, gardens, and shops are plundered. A troop of soldiers gallops by in pursuit, but returns almost at once, confirming Chandler's belief that little effort is made to suppress the violence of Esteban's men. Alone for a moment at the table, Dorothy Regent is approached by the mysterious Russian, Dimitri, who mockingly warns her it is useless to try to prevent his association with Betty and Bob. Dorothy insists on returning at once to the castle where they are living. And within a few moments, a messenger arrives. Dorothy is summoned to the telephone in the railway station to take a call from Paris. There, in the dingy waiting room, the present scene opens. Chandu the Magician.
What did he say, Bob?
Oh, just what he did before, Mom. They're trying to get the call
Oh,
through.
it's 3:30. We've been here almost an hour.
I wish Uncle Frank had come down with us.
Oh, darling, even Uncle Frank can't do anything about the telephone service.
No, what a country. One telephone. If we had a phone at the castle, Dad could have talked to you when he called up.
Mother, why do you suppose Daddy called you from a hotel? Hasn't he a telephone in his laboratory?
Well, I don't know, dear. What can he want? I had a letter from him yesterday. Oh, I hope he's not ill.
Oh, now, Mother, if he were, he wouldn't be going out to a hotel to call you. He probably just wants to talk to you. He's lonesome.
Oh, there it is. That must be your call, Mom. Prosim, Pani Regent.
Oh, thank you. Hello? Robert? I can't hear you.
That phone looks like something out of the Civil War.
I know it.
Robert? It is you. How are you? Speak a little louder, dear.
Oh, ask them to get you a better connection, Mom.
It might take another hour to get him back. Yes, a little better. What is it, Robert? Why, I didn't send it. I wouldn't just descend on you with no more warning than that.
What do you suppose he means?
Shh, pipe down.
Oh, I'm sorry. Of course you were worried. What? If I'd been there, I'd have made sure you didn't. Oh, we're all fine. I don't understand it, but maybe Frank will. I'll write you this evening. I will. Goodbye, darling. Well, that's the strangest mistake I ever heard of.
What did he say, Mom?
Well, I'll tell you on the way. I want to tell Uncle Frank about this just as soon as I can. I could hardly hear him. It was maddening, Frank.
Dot, you're sure he said he had a telegram signed to you?
Yes. He rushed across Paris to meet the train. When he didn't see me get off, he thought he must have missed me in the station.
And I suppose he waited around for some time before he decided to call you to see.
Yes, he did. But he finally went to a hotel across the street and put in the call.
Oh, he should have known better.
Why, Uncle Frank, if he thought something had happened to Mother...
Well, I don't see how anyone could make such a stupid mistake, getting both our names wrong. Oh, Frank, you don't think it was a mistake?
I know it wasn't. I'll have to go down to the consulate.
What for?
I'll ask Mr. Mason to send a letter for me in the diplomatic pouch. Robert must be more careful.
There's no sense in all this.
He'd be away from his laboratory for at least an hour, with a man at his heels in the crowd, no doubt, to make sure.
Oh, I get it. Somebody wanted to go through the lab.
But Daddy has 2 or 3 men working there with him.
He did have.
Oh.
And he should never have let them go.
Oh, he wrote me that they made him so nervous he couldn't work. After that dreadful experience with Roxor, he can't trust anyone.
And yet he'd go out leaving all his records.
Oh, but Frank, how...
That's what they're after, I'm sure, Dot.
Well, there's one good thing about it. At least they haven't hurt Robert as Roxor did. I'd rather they'd steal 1,000 experiments than have that happen again.
Well, I'm not sure Robert would. Who could be running this scheme of Roxor's now? I can't understand it. He seems to know every last detail.
Roxor had countless agents. Some of them must have been in his confidence.
His whole idea was to rule the world, himself. To destroy civilization and create a race of slaves for himself. Well, I better go up and write to Robert. He'll have to be more careful.
We ought to have police protection.
Oh, you want me to see who it is?
No, Bob, I'm right here.
Oh.
Navdar, Chandu, I have come back.
Well, Lupu, come in.
Oh, hi, Luke.
Hello, Lupo.
I'm so glad to see you.
You sent Gomez safely on his way south?
Ah, no, Chandu. The dirty secrets he came here to sell, he can tell them to the stars and the moon over the gypsy camps.
Sit down. You've done well, Lupu.
There, Chandu. After one winter with the gypsies, his own mother will not know him. To say nothing of the Diablo Dimitri.
Did Gomez put up an awful squawk, Lupu?
Squawk? I do not know your word, Bob.
He means, did Gomez object to having to help with the work?
Ah, squawk. He did. Like this. Déjeme, por favor. Oh! But for one day he was too tired to squawk. I like that word, squawk.
Oh, you are something, Bob.
Well, now that you're back, Lupu, we can go to the mountain of the scimitar. All right?
Dobre. I will say goodbye to the chief, and I'm ready to go with him.
You don't mean to say your people left Gomez up there alone?
No. This is a family of gypsies I met in the mountains. Old friends. I rode down with their wagon. They are camped outside of Lvova. Aye, tonight is big feast. Tomorrow, they go out.
Oh, gypsies sure have fun, don't they?
I know. Hi, Pan. They would make you welcome at their fire. All of you. Come with me to the feast.
Oh, Mother, could we?
Well, Lupo, are you sure it would be all right with your friends?
They will be proud. You will come, Chandu?
Lupu, how well do you know them? Are they really old friends?
Since I was as high as my knee. The mother of the chief was like my own grandmother.
Frank, you look very odd. What are you thinking?
I was wondering if you and the kids might stay with these people for a few days. I don't like to leave you up here alone.
Oh, you're not serious.
Pani, my friends will make you welcome with their hearts. They will protect you with their knives.
Oh, let's do it, Mom.
Oh, yes, please.
Well, we can't just walk in on people like that. Besides, it's cold in the mountains.
No colder than it is here, I bet. Come on, Mom. You can't kid me. You'd like to go.
Well, I would like to get away from here, even for a few days. Just to know we wouldn't see Dimitri.
Dimitri's not the type to follow a gypsy trail. I'll tell you.
Are we really going?
I'll write my letter, and Lupu can go down into town with me. And while I speak to Mr. Mason, he can put it up to his friends.
They will be proud. In the forest by the gypsy fire, you will come to have gypsy house yourself.
You're very kind, Lupu.
Pani, Chandu is my friend.
And you have been mine, Lupu, for many years. May it always be so.
God seal it, Chandu. When you are ready, we go. Leap.
We meet again, Mr. Chandler. You will always leave your duties at the consulate so early?
Mr. Mason is inside if you were coming to see him, Dimitri.
Oh, not at all. I was only passing by. It is a strain to be a guest in a house of mourning.
I'm sure it is. Poor Nicholas.
I regret your charming sister does not make me welcome. I might have dropped in on her this afternoon.
It's just as well you didn't. Both of our servants have left us. That's one reason we're going on a short trip.
Ah?
Yes, they had an unpleasant habit of listening at keyholes. We had to let them go.
Yes. But where is this servant who does not?
These two were being paid by someone to spy on us.
In this part of Europe, a child learns those tricks before he learns to read. You take it too seriously.
Perhaps. At any rate, we're going away for a few days.
To Paris, of course?
No, on a camping trip.
Oh, you Americans, you are like gypsies.
You know, it's strange you should say that. We're going with a gypsy family. One of them's a man I knew years ago in the North.
The North?
Yes, before the war. We shall have great times, talking over old days, people we used to know. What's the matter, Dimitri?
Mr. Chandler, I'd like to give you a word of advice.
By all means, do.
By the time you return from this journey with the gypsies, the state ceremonies for the former king will be finished.
You're suggesting that I should stay for them?
Not at all. I suggest that when you return, you should take your family and leave this country.
But you're a guest here yourself. Has the prevailing dislike of foreigners got into your blood already?
There ought to be certain changes. You will not be welcome.
When I'm not welcome officially, my government will call me home. Until then...
I will say this. You believe you know who I am. But if you really knew, you would see all your family dead at your feet before you dare to set yourself against me.
The alchemist of old spent his lifetime trying to change base metals into silver and gold. But now Chandu will teach you this secret of the ages. With his mystifying Assyrian money changer, you can change pennies into dimes. Chandu will send you this magic trick for just 25 cents and a white king box top. Listen. Place a penny on a table. Cover the coin with the mystic ruby block, the magic money-changing block. Then utter the magic word, so-koot. Now remove the block, and in place of the penny, there is a silver dime. You boys and girls will want to start your magic collection with this Assyrian money changer. Here's a fine pocket trick for you men to spring on your friends and business associates. And if you ladies want to be sure your guests have a good time at your next party, try entertaining them with Chandu's magic trick. Just send 25 cents in coin and a box top from White King Soap to Chandu, Los Angeles 21, California. That's Chandu, Los Angeles 21. Make magic your hobby. Make White King your wash day soap. You'll love White King. Chandu the Magician is presented for your enjoyment every weekday evening. Dimitri is played by Lou Krugman. Your announcer is Howard Culver. The makers of White King invite you to listen tomorrow at this time when the story resumes. Chandu the Magician. This is the Mutual Don Lee Broadcasting System.